Hi everybody, I'm Lyson.
And I'm Collin.
We are very excited to be part of the hackathon in Barcelona with PLYO Lab.
You know what we love most about the hackathons? Is that the pure hacker energy. When brilliant minds come together and created something that didn't exist 48 hours ago.
AI agent and a room full of builder. I think this is where the innovation happens.
We're just talking. There's something magical about the hacker community. You take an idea, some coffee, maybe it's a little sleep, and then you created something that totally changed how WASEs work.
Yes, I think this is exactly the spirit we want to bring to this demo. And I think we're not just showing you how to use Dify, we are also want to show you how to turn your idea into reality.
Ready to hack something amazing together? Let's go!
So here's how Dify works. You start with this visual canvas where you connect different pieces together, just like building blocks. When you are done building this workflow, we can click the Publish button and click Publish Update. Then we can go to the second tab and then go to API key, so you can generate a new API key, then you can copy that. That's it. Now your product can call this workflow just by this API key.
Yeah, and if you're building your frontend with something like Lovable, here's what you do. First, just generate your Dify API key as an environment variable. Then you can use Supabase as your backend. Then you put your API request logic into Supabase Edge Function. The cool thing is you can use different API keys for different workflows, so everything's are organized. Because Dify uses API key to identify different workflows.
Yes, and one more thing is that if you go to the fourth tab, you can see here active users, token output speed. You can click tracing app performance to connect to other provider to enable tracing, for example, landfills.
Now, let's see how we actually build the logic in Dify.
Now, you can right-click anywhere on the empty canvas, and you will see all these built-in nodes, for example, knowledge retrieval, if-else, iteration, and loop. And now, for example, let's choose LLM. Here, you choose model. You can see all of the model you have already configured in your settings.
That's right. But remember to go to marketplace.dify.ai to install the model provider first, because all of those include model provider to be seen as Dify plugin. For example, you can install OpenAI, then click the avatar on the top right, then click Settings, go to Model Provider. Now just input your API key so you can see the models appear in the LLM node.
Dify Marketplace is a cool part. You can find hundreds of plugins that other developers have shared. Also, you are not limited to what's built in. Dify has its own SDK, so if you know Python or Go, you can create your own plugins.
Now, let's back to Marketplace. And for example, let's install some other plugins. Let's say Finance plugin. And now you can see this looks good to me. For example, we can click here and see the details of this plugin. If you are satisfied with this one, you can install this and give it a try. And now, let's say if you click here, I have already configured the API key. And also you can add another one, because some of the plugins require you to input the API key from their website. Now once you finish that, you can see all of the tools you can use from this tool list. For example, company fact, earnings press releases, and even the company news.
Now let's build something real.
I'm going to create a workflow called Finance into Agent.
Yeah, here we go.
When you start a new workflow, Dify gives you three basic nodes: Start, LLM, and Reply. Now I'm going to add that Finance plugin we just installed right between the Start and LLM. So the Finance node is asking for some inputs.
Here's a pro tip. You can type a / and then you'll see all the bindings available. We want to use sys.query because that's whatever the users types in. If you want to predefine the input structure, you can turn to the start node and set the inputs field. But if you do so, you should be careful how to write the correct API request later, because inputs and query are two different API parameters.
Awesome! Now we could click on the LLM node and hit this magic button to open the Dify prompt generator.
For example, we want to analyze the finance data and output it as Markdown. I'll click this LM node and click this magic button. So this is a prompt generator inside the Dify. You can pass the instruction here. For example, this is my node. I can copy that and then choose the model I want here. Then just click this generate button. So you can get a perfect prompt here. You just need to click the apply and then click confirm to use this prompt. So here is the system prompt, and also you can input your user prompt here. After that, you can click publish and click publish update. Then let's go to preview. For example, I want to get some information about Tesla. So here you can see close on 2025 September 26, it's $414. Nice, it works.
It's really important because until you publish, the API won't work at all. Okay, now it works. So think of publish as a gateway from development to production.
Alright, now for the fun parts. Let's connect this to a real product. I'm going to copy the Dify API documentation and paste it into my Lovable project, and then I'll tell Lovable,
hey, implement this API request in a Supabase Edge Function. Let's just call it finance info and make the environment variable finance info API key. Okay, now it's done. Lovable pop up a dialog asking for the API key after writing the code. And if you need to generate a new key, just go back to the Dify API document page, and on the top right you can find the API key button. Now let's give it a test.
And now it says that it's analyzing the financial data, but we can always go back to Dify and say here request history. So here we got a new request, which means this is successful. We can hover the mouse here and click the trace button. Go to the tracing. Here you can see all the logs. Cool, it works. We almost get this product in one shot.
And here is a little tip from our experience. If you update the key in Lovable chat, sometimes it doesn't seem to work. So you can go directly into Supabase and update the environment variable here.
this is the hacker way. Visualize the canvas, fast iteration, and shape it. Remember that Canvas plus API key can help you move faster and also for production ready, while Dify can see real time and help you move fast like a founder.
To all the builders in Barcelona and everyone watching, this is your moment. So take your chance, add your magic, and build something incredible.
Any questions? Hit us up on Discord or email lyson@dify.ai. The official docs have everything you need to go deeper.
We are rooting for you, so show us what you built. We know it's going to be amazing.
Happy hacking!
Happy hacking!